When it comes to taking control of your situation and building the life that you want to live, you cannot trust your brain. You know how many times my brain has told me to go watch Netflix or go play video games instead of like reading or working on my business? I'm sure you've experienced this many times before where your brain is telling you one thing, but then your heart and your desires are telling you that you need to do something else. This is the act of our brain taking the path of least resistance in action. So naturally, our brain doesn't enjoy friction or resistance to the things that we're doing in our daily lives and how we choose our natural habits. So instead of doing like homework, for example, which requires a lot of like mental energy and brain power to accomplish, we would much rather sit on the couch, play some video games, or load up Netflix to watch our favorite show. So why is this the case? Especially because we know that doing our homework will get us better grades in the class. It'll make us understand the material more so then we can perform better on exams. Why do we have such a strong tendency and preference to just veg out on the couch rather than doing this hard task? I said it before, our brain just wants to choose the path of least resistance because it wants to avoid all this friction and this tension that comes with trying to do our homework. So we'd rather just sit and do a mindless activity that requires little to no effort. This is why you can't trust your own brain a lot of the times, especially when it comes to doing the things that you want to in your actual life. A lot of the times we like to think we have everything under control. I do as well. I pretty often think that my brain knows what's best for me, but there's actually a lot of times where it can't be trusted, like in those certain scenarios, and I have to actually do the hard thing or go the opposite way that my brain is telling me. If I gave into those guilty pleasures or caved when my brain told me to take the path of least resistance every single time, I would be nowhere in life. I wouldn't even probably be here in college. It's really interesting that the things that we want most in life and that we know will benefit us in the future are the hardest to do. Like my brain was just telling me to keep watching YouTube videos instead of sitting down and making my own, which is part of my goals for the future, is creating something great with this YouTube channel. So while the action of creating a video is more aligned with my goals, it isn't as easy because it requires me setting up this camera and then talking for a little bit, going to edit it, instead of just sitting down and consuming the videos that were already created and easily accessible, which requires little to no effort. Sometimes you just got to consider the thought that like maybe this guy on YouTube that is just talking about discipline and being accountable for your actions and taking control of your life, maybe his brain is right, and maybe that's the one I should be trusting because he's telling me to do the things that are aligned with my goals, rather than this guy's not telling me, oh, just enjoy the moment, go drink, go play that video game, go spend 5 hours on YouTube. That's not what I'm trying to tell you here. I'm trying to tell you to do the hard things in life, even though your brain is telling you to do the opposite. So basically what I just wanted you to get from this video is a motto that I used to have back in like my first phase of self-improvement, where my motto was essentially, if I'm feeling some sort of resistance to this task or goal that I'm trying to achieve, that's when I know I need to be doing that thing. Like if I'm thinking about going for a run, I know I don't want to do that, so that means I know that I have to do it instead. Basically just goes back to the whole idea of getting outside your comfort zone in order to foster growth, and then that's how you create change in your life. Because if you just take the easy path through your whole life, you're going to be lost and you're not going to have anything to look back on proudly in the future and point at all these great things you've done, because you've done nothing in only taking the easy way out of things and only taking the path of least resistance. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.